everybody, welcome to a special edition of Chit Chat Chop.
Very special.
It's so special. We are back for a little bit. We're going to be back with season 3? 4? 4!
Season 4.
Season 4 is coming up soon, but this is a little taste, just a little taste for everybody. So Patty and I are here. We're very happy because we've got a little group of special.
A little group?
Special.
They're like a powerhouse group. There's little about them.
Big personalities.
Lots of knowledge, lots of talent. Yes.
All right over here. You can't see them yet, though.
We're gonna show you.
Yeah.
We're gonna invite them.
It's just a teaser, but we are giving them a little intro. They're from all over, so we're going to give them some great maritime recipes. We're going to do a seafood chowder, and we're going to do a classic lobster roll.
Woohoo! Yes.
So, Patty, why don't you give us a little intro, a little walk over here, a little walk and talk. Who we have?
Oh, okay. We're gonna do the pan first. So come over here. Look at these fine, lovely people that are so well lined up. I mean, they're awesome.
So well lined
Big
up.
Smiles, lovely coiffed hair. Like I'm all the way over. I'm getting directed. Here we go. Look at this talented bunch. Are we good? Are we good? All right.
Good.
Come on back up. So these fine folks.
They get nothing. They can't even. They can wave. Hi.
There we go.
We were very wave. We were afraid to talk.
We didn't practice that.
We didn't practice. This is the first day.
We haven't done this in a few weeks, you know, so it's a little...
Few weeks. It's like 6 weeks.
They don't know it's the internet.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
So all of these fine peeps are from a coaching group called the Catering Coach. And as you know, I'm the owner of Kitchen Door Catering, and we are 11 years young, and year 9 with the Catering Coach. So 2 years in, I joined this lovely group, and I don't even know if any of you were in the original group. No, but we've evolved and we've changed and we've added, but there's a lot of people that have been here 4 or 5 years in the group now. And we basically get together. Most of the people you see over here, actually all of the people that you see over here are from our lovely neighbors to the south. They're from the US. We've got Houston, Texas. We've got Dallas, Texas. We've got New Jersey. We've got Cocoa Beach, Florida. We've got Washington. Where in Washington again? Westport, Washington. And we've got members that are not here tonight that weren't unable to make it from California, from St. Louis, from
Sacramento,
Virginia Beach. Yeah, we've got, there's lots of us. So we get together 3 times a year. We talk about all sorts of things and best practices in our business and really just kind of showcase who we are and what we do really, really well. So I'm excited that they're here. It's the first time in the new space, so they've seen lots of videos, but they're really excited to sort of see what we do. And so we're gonna basically create some really awesome maritime dishes and invite everyone up to kind of give a little blurb about what they do and put them to work, because that's what we do here. We put people to work. Right?
Like me, look at me, I'm working.
Working all the time.
Right now.
Yeah. Okay, so what are we making? What did you decide?
So we're going to start off with the seafood chowder, and as we know, seafood chowder, you got to cook it a little bit. But we have a few little speed hacks that we're going to show you at home. A few little hacks how to not add. You don't need to add a whole liter of cream to your seafood chowder, so we're going to show you how to make it, give you that voluptuous mouthfeel from
voluptuous.
Voluptuous.
Ooh, isn't that a great word?
It just rolls off the tongue.
Voluptuous. I love to think that I am that, but you know. My husband says I'm voluptuous.
You notice you just compared yourself to a chowder, but
it's all right.
Okay, cool.
I'm a voluptuous chowder.
Voluptuous chowder.
Yeah, it's all good.
More wine. You need some more wine.
And cheers to that.
All right, well let's get cooking.
Let's get cooking. So I think we should invite our founder up, who is Sandy Coram from Dallas, Texas, and the Festive Kitchen. Come on up.
Yes.
Woo-woo!
Welcome, Sandy.
All right. You come right over, and I'm going to let Andrew take it away. I'll be back. I'm going to join some.
Actually.
Awesome. Well, welcome aboard.
Yes.
So, I've known you for 2 days now, and barely, but learned a lot of cool stuff. So you guys are in Houston. No,
not in
Dallas.
That's
Dallas.
okay.
I'm
That's
sorry.
okay. They're in
I'm
Houston.
sorry.
That's all right. No
All
worries.
right. Okay.
The other ones are
The other one's
from
Houston.
Houston.
Yeah.
We got Texas covered. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah, we do.
I just messed with Texas. Uh-oh.
You're fine.
Okay.
So how we start?
So we're gonna start off. I need some celery diced up.
I think I can do that.
So yeah, I just need like a medium dice of celery. Would be
Medium dice.
perfect. And
Now,
I
you know,
myself.
I'm not culinary trained. I'm self-taught, so I think I can do it.
Perfect. Awesome. So have you had a seafood chowder before?
Yes.
Great. Well, I wonder if you've had one like this. We'll see.
Doubt it. But not very often because we don't get good seafood.
Ah, yes. So anyway, we've got lobster, we've got haddock, we've got shrimp, we've got some crabs. So it's going to be a special edition chowder we're doing today.
Special Catering Coach edition.
Catering Coach edition. So I'm going to start off warming up the pan here with a little bit of canola oil and butter. And we're just going to get that right in here. And do you know why I like to tell people to use canola oil or oil and butter in the pan at the same time? Because the butter will burn if there's no little oil to cut it. So that's sort of how we're going to proceed here. We've got this lovely induction burner that's going to cooperate. Yes, it is.
And so are you going to ask us each what we do?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So that is next up. So tell us a little bit about what you do and I already know where you're from. We figured that out.
We figured that out. Okay, I own a catering company in Dallas, like you said. It's called the Festive Kitchen, and so I've been in business a little over 20 years. Excuse me, a little over 25 years.
Wow.
I know. And so, but you know what? We can always learn from the people that we have in this group, because even if you've been in business 20 years or 5 years, you can always learn better best practices, just like.
Totally. Well, the whole game's changing all the time, right? So.
Yeah. So, and then I started the catering coach about 9 years ago. Met Miss Patty. She was, I was having a speech, and you were in the audience, and then we didn't meet for another year. So there you go.
There you go.
So here we are.
And I mean, that celery is just what I was looking for. So not only is she directing the interview, she chops celery at the same time. So that is exactly what I'm looking for.
That was good.
We're fast and loose here. You know?
I know.
We're bossy people.
Yeah. So it's all right. It's all right. So I got this melting in here, and you've got your celery all done. Perfect. I'm going to chop up this onion, and you know what? This is like a speed round. So
I know. You're supposed to
Speed
be
dating.
speed dating, exactly.
Yeah.
So well, thank
Nice
you very
to see
much.
you.
It's been nice to see you. All right. Next up, who we got? All right, come on out here. Awesome. This is our friend from Washington State. Why don't you tell us who you are and what your catering company is, and while you're doing it, chop this onion for me into a medium dice.
Absolutely.
Put it to work.
I'm Patricia Bonina from Westport, Washington, and I work for a company called Aloha, Alabama. We're actually a barbecue restaurant, and we don't strictly just do catering, but we started about 4 years ago. We specialize as far as catering and rustic weddings on the beach. It is a small coastal town, but yeah, we're really excited to be here and learn more, and I work for two owners, which, it's, like I said, Aloha, Alabama is the name of the restaurant, but the owner, Brooke Priest, which is from Oahu. Her husband is from Huntsville, Alabama. That notes the name. So we do traditional barbecue with a touch of aloha, which just is like, aloha doesn't just mean hello, goodbye. It's a way of life, and that's what we live by.
Okay, so here we're gonna say, how small is your town?
2,000 people.
2,000 people!
We're a small fishing town.
Not a lot of people.
All right, so give me what's the craziest wedding on a beach sort of situation you found yourself in the past few years?
The craziest I would say is we've had occasionally the weather is not always sunny. That we've had weddings where all the chairs are blowing down. It starts to downpour, but we do have a lovely lighthouse, which is really close by,
Oh, cool.
and so it's a great location as far as that for weddings. It is the tallest lighthouse in Westport, or in Washington State.
Tallest lighthouse in Washington State. That's cool. That's very cool. Excellent. And that, I mean, she's diced an onion before, as you can tell. This is awesome. Well, thank you very much for this part of the speed round.
Yeah,
I think you
absolutely.
nailed it.
Thank
I think you nailed it. All right, catering coach crew, who's next? All right, bring it on up. All right, Jersey is representing. All right. All right, so representing New Jersey, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, what's your company, all the above.
My name is Kim Levine. I am the chef, owner, founder of Et al. Fine Food and Events.
Fabulous founder.
Fabulous founder. Is that what always comes before founder?
Always
Fabulous founder.
And I'm sorry, not to interrupt, but
Yes, what do I need?
need you to grate this potato on the box
On the
grater
grater,
right here
absolutely.
while we're talking. Grate the potato. So, quick sidebar.
Yes.
Grating the potato into a chowder not only cooks it quick, because, you know, a chunk of potato takes longer to cook than a piece of onion, but it also releases the starch and helps thicken the chowder a little bit.
Without a roux.
Without a roux.
Lighter and more delicious.
This is a roux-less chowder, by the way. Exactly.
My company is in its 9th to 10th year. Prior to et al., I was in Manhattan as an executive chef for several high social caterers. And I decided to open my own company in New Jersey. And I have shredded another, and now we're doing another potato. And I'm going to keep chatting.
Cool.
Let's see. I do everything from social to corporate. I also have a retail food store in a very small, what they like to call a fishing village, but it's 45 minutes outside of Manhattan. And it's a community that was fairly devastated by Hurricane Sandy, and it feels very good to be a part of the rebirth of a shore community. You have to get every last bit. Your food cost is not.
Food cost is key, and this is perfect demonstration.
So ask,
Awesome.
Andrew, ask Chef Kim what goes inside her mac and cheese bite.
Oh, no.
Oh, you're not allowed to tell that?
It is a trade secret.
Okay, after filming, ask Chef Kim what goes inside her mac and cheese
All
bite.
right, I'll tell.
You will have like a lovely romance going on here. Don't tell anybody.
Let's hear it.
Well, it took about a year to formalize a mac and cheese bite that is 1 inch, an exact 1 inch cubes because we use a ruler, that you can pick up while hot and it stays together. So lots of people use 5 cheeses, 6 cheeses, 10 cheeses. How many cheeses are in my macaroni and cheese bite with truffle oil? 2? That's 1. Who said 1?
I
You
did.
know
I
my
said
secret.
1.
No, I didn't.
And what cheese is in my signature macaroni and cheese with truffle
Does
oil?
it start with a V?
I think it's
No,
Oh.
it is not a V.
Okay.
I know what you're saying, I don't like it.
Okay. Just checking.
Anyone else? What does it start with? The 1 cheese. It begins with an A. Where am I from? It's American cheese. It was the last cheese. It was the final cheese. The cheese that stood alone. It's the only cheese that will stay together at warmer than room temperature.
And you get that ooey gooey.
Because you have to
consistency going
get
on.
the
Yep.
bite of mac and cheese in your mouth in 1 bite at a cocktail event.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing mac and cheese tips. We love mac and cheese here. And we've been talking a lot about mac and cheese. To that effect, why don't we get Chad and Amy up here? We're going to talk a little bit about Florida and barbecue and mac and cheese, all the above, as they put the potato in the pots. There we go. I'll get you guys over here. Carrot each. Always wash your carrots before the show. Very important to wash your carrots before you go on the show. And I got a box grater here. I need some carrots grated up to go in the chowder. And Chad and Amy, tell us all about.
What size would you like?
Use the big size right there. That'd be
Here's your
perfect.
man to grade the carrots. We are Chad and Amy Kreiderman, and we are from Florida. We have 2 restaurant locations, one located in Cocoa, Florida, the other at the other end of our county in Melbourne, Florida. And we have our restaurants as well as all kinds of catering from drop-off service to full service. And we are craft barbecue that is Central Texas inspired.
She is so well spoken.
Well, Chad and I have been bonding. Like, I think one of the first conversations Chad and I had the other day was all about brisket. And everybody here knows Chad can talk a lot about brisket. But man, it's so cool. Like, one of these things that we got to deal with in the catering world is actually dealing with your waste and making sure you monetize that. And you've got trim coming off of brisket, and you make an amazing sausage out of your trim.
Excessive amounts of trim, and we make excessive amounts of amazing sausage, and something I feel that I invented: brisket confit.
Don't let the
What?
secret out.
Is that a secret?
Don't let the secret out. Let's trade.
What's the secret? What's the secret?
Brisket
confit.
confit.
Oh, yes. Brisket coffee.
I
Don't
sell
tell
it.
anyone.
Why can't I talk about it?
It's trademark though. You trademark it.
Yeah.
So for those at
Please
home,
edit that out.
So confit is when meat is cooked in a low and slow in fat, so it's completely submerged. You keep that moisture inside the piece of meat, and I can only imagine how good that would be with brisket.
It's pretty special.
Yeah, so good.
It makes me feel good about myself in my worst days.
No, he's not going to share that. He's not going to give away the trade secret
What's
on
that?
how he does it.
No? I've been informed by people more important to me not to give my secrets out.
Well, one thing about his secrets, it takes time to develop those secrets and those proprietary recipes, right? You want to nail your product, you want to really hone in on the end result, you want to give to your customer, but also deliver that consistently, right? So there's a lot. What? Patty's getting in the shot.
So I'm just gonna say something here. Like Andrew and Chad, like super food geekoids, man. Like they're in here talking for hours about one process, and they're like rocking it.
Mac and
Bonded.
cheese hackers. That's what we are.
Mac and cheese hackers. That's them.
We're good with one.
Good group.
All right, so we were talking so much, I actually got a little caramelization on the bottom of the pan here. So in order to deal with that caramelization,
It's just extra flavor.
it's extra flavor. It's fine. It's fine. So a little bit of water just to deglaze that. Or Patty, can I just borrow your wine for a sec, please? So white wine is excellent in chowder. So we just put that right in. Thank you, Patty, very much. So we got a little bit of deglazing going on with the white wine.
You always like to kick it up a notch around here.
Gotta kick it up a notch. Anyway, thank you guys. It's been awesome having you up
Yeah,
here.
thanks so
And bookmark that mac and cheese for a conversation off camera.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. So what we got next? Come on, Silverstone. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, you've got a
yes.
problem on your hands. Do you know what your problem is?
I don't know what my problem is. Uh-oh.
I don't like chowder.
Oh!
So how are you gonna make me like chowder?
I am going to charm you with chowder.
Okay, all right,
That's
all right,
what's
all right. I
gonna
need a
happen.
job so I can feel like I had something to give to you.
All right. Well, we have some beautiful East Coast lobster here now.
Oh.
I need a rough chop on this chowder, and we are making a mess because we are into it tonight on Chit Chat
Okay,
Chop.
all right, all right.
So we
all
got
right.
some lobster going in here, and
All
why
right.
don't we go left to right and have your team introduce themselves, and
I
then,
think that's a great
and then
idea.
we'll have you tell us all about your company in a minute.
Deal.
Awesome. So,
Right. Stephanie, Sales and Event Planning.
Hi, I'm Chi. I'm the Food and Beverage Director.
Hi, I'm Marcy. I'm in sales as well.
They were bored.
I know. So let's turn it to 11. What you
All
got
right,
for me?
I'm Elizabeth Stone. I own Silverstone Events. We're in Houston, Texas. We're a full-service catering and special events company. We've been in business for 31 years. And I love food, and I love cooking with Andrew.
Well, we're good friends now.
And I'm
It's
over
fast
here,
bonding
I'm
here.
chirping in here. So one of the awesome things about Elizabeth Silverstone is that her staff have been with her for like
Way too long.
decades. Like we're talking 10 plus years.
10
She
everybody.
is 18.
18.
16.
Okay, no, like
16.
2 years. They're all 26.
And Marcy. Oh, I don't
Marcy
know.
forgot her hairnet. Am I going to get her?
This is fast and loose on
If there's
Chit Chat
anything
Shop.
curly
It's all
in
good.
chowder, I don't want to hear it.
Okay, does this qualify
They
as
don't
a
make
rough
hairnets
job?
That
my
is a
size.
beautiful rough
Is
job.
it? Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
So now what are we doing?
So now I would like you to let's pour in our milk, and I'll
Milk.
stir while you pour it in because
Okay,
we're gonna.
so but what are all these things? I
All
want to
right.
know.
So what we have right here. This is my secret weapon right here.
But you haven't told me what it is yet.
So no, not yet. Little suspense. So this is actually milk and pureed potato in here. Yeah, so we steam the potatoes
great idea.
and puree it up, and it gives a super velvety, voluptuous mouthfeel.
Voluptuous.
Cheddar. So you pour your way, and I'll pour my way. and let's
Okay,
put
here
them
we
over
go.
in the
And this is just milk,
This is
whole
just
milk.
2% milk right here.
2% milk.
2%.
in there.
Because we're adding the cream
And-
later.
I was going to say, in Texas, we're not really milk. We're all cream.
Oh.
So you don't mess with Texas, and everything's bigger in Texas.
Damn straight it
There we
is.
go. There we go.
You know it.
We're
I love
making
it.
chowder, y'all.
All right. All right. Well, since we got a big group here, you're gonna be you're gonna have the shrimp. You get the crab, sir.
All right.
And then, Marcy, you haven't done it. There's your
Yeah,
hattie.
give it, make her do something.
Make me do something?
Perfect. So, Elizabeth, do you want to put our lobster in there?
I wash my hands.
There.
I promise.
Perfect. We got cream.
Whoa.
Don't worry. So I got about 2 liters of milk and about 2 cups of cream going in
Okay.
here, or half a gallon of milk, as I've learned is the.
There you go.
I can convert on the fly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
you? Oh, you know what?
Attaboy.
You're amazing.
Oh my goodness.
You're amazing. Not many people can do that.
I'm moving to Texas, people.
Oh, come on.
No,
Patty,
you are not.
watch out, baby. Watch out.
Elizabeth Stone.
I wouldn't do that to you.
This is a beautiful Nova Scotia, in northern Atlantic ingredient right here. This is cold water shrimp. So we get them processed. They're brined and they're small. They're way smaller than normal, but they're really tender.
We don't know what those are in Texas. You know, our shrimp in Texas are like this big.
Like everything's bigger in Texas.
Everything's bigger in Texas. Like they're like this big.
So if you want to just dump those right in there and give it a stir for good luck. It's like the Christmas pudding. Everybody's got to give it a stir. There you go. Perfect.
What's he putting in?
All right, so this is beautiful red crab. So we have many types of crab around here: rock crab, blue crab, snow crab, and this is red crab, which is a great alternative to the ultra luxe snow crab we have around. But for a chowder or a crab cake or anything, this stuff is $17.99 a pound down the road at AC Covert. It's free advertising to True North Seafood down the road. But if you want to dump all that in, we are going to go luxe on the crab.
Okay, so
today.
help me out here.
Yes.
Is that like a snow crab? Is it taste? Tell
It's
me how.
very, very
Because in
similar.
Texas we only have blue crab.
Gotcha.
Okay?
So it's very similar to snow crab. You get the beautiful whole leg meat pieces in it.
Okay.
And
So it has the long legs,
it
like
has long
a
legs.
snow crab.
Exactly, but not quite as long.
Not as long. Okay,
Yeah,
got
exactly.
it.
And we went a little overzealous with the. This is haddock. This is like our.
Oh.
This is like the staple fish around here. You know, haddock, pan-fried haddock, fish and
This
chips.
is Vanna.
This is the stuff.
Vanna turning
Vanna's
seafood.
nailing it.
No culinary skills whatsoever. All presentation.
But she can sell anything.
Yeah.
I'm sold. I'm sold.
Yeah, you are sold.
Would you like to buy a vowel?
Oh, yes. I'll take an H, please.
Shall I?
Yes. So put her. Let's do about half of that because we. Oh,
Too late.
it's all in there.
Not for the Texas.
It's a seafood party right here.
Yeah, baby, that's what we do in Texas. All in or nothing.
All in, all in.
And we definitely don't listen, apparently.
Well, that's quite all right. So
Okay, you're in the chef's
I'm just
way.
doing a I'm just doing a double check here. I think we got a chowder, baby. So
Chowder.
I'm gonna let this simmer on, and we got to move on to the lobster roll portion. So we're gonna set this up a little bit differently. Everybody's had a turn up here, right?
Yep.
Excellent. So if I could get over here on the cutting boards, I need somebody who feels comfortable at chopping at every cutting board, and I'm gonna come over and give you all a little
It
task.
would be better if it were uncomfortable chopping, wouldn't it?
You got this down. Yeah, absolutely. You got a little conflict for the.
She kind of had it down yesterday at the vineyard too, right?
Kind of an attention slut.
You got.
This chowder's looking great.
It is looking great.
So I'm gonna ask you a
All right.
question about chowder, just in case.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna talk about what every chowder needs, but what's the biggest disappointment when you have chowder somewhere? What's the one thing that's the biggest disappointment?
It's gluey.
Yeah, a gluey chowder is disappointing, or like one that doesn't have enough fish. You want to have your value. You want to be chock-a block, and it doesn't all have to be premium stuff. But as long as it has like
You have a fish chowder that's full of fish, that's fine. It could be like really inexpensive
haddock,
white
salmon,
fish.
whatever
yeah.
you got.
You don't want treasure mark chowder.
No, and then the other thing is when you have a roux that isn't cooked out, it's that gluey kind of like thick, like, and you taste the flour, right?
Yep.
Like, and that's and a lot of people do that. A lot of people that don't know how to do that. So, I would say those are my big pet peeves. I usually ask for a little sample in a restaurant. Can I just have a tablespoon in a little bowl just so I see where you are, right?
It's a good call. That's a good call. So anyway, I'm simmering I just want this fish to cook through slightly. This is about a half an hour chowder, I'd say, because we had everything ready to go. We want that potato to cook. We want that carrot to cook just a little bit. So I'm going to put it down to about a medium-low heat here just to simmer. And we are going to add them. We're going to require a pan here. We'll just show what's going on over here. And then I'm going to set up a little competition with these guys.
Competition time, people!
Competition time!
All right, we have Chit and Kim and Chad and Patricia. They're going up against. They are two girls, two boys. I love it. Who's
All
gonna
right.
win? The girls are gonna win. The girls are gonna win.
All right, Andrew.
All right, so who over here would you say has the most kitchen experience, like chopping and rocking?
One of the two girls. One of the two girls.
One of the two girls? All right.
Ladies.
You get the red onion.
Pardon me.
You get the celery. You get celery.
Celery's perfect.
And you get celery.
Oh.
Well, she gets a little bit of a head start because she has the funky ingredient. So what I would like is I'd like a small dice on the celery and a small dice on the red onion. And that's your celery bowl right there, and that's your red onion bowl. And we're gonna check. Well, 3, 2, 1.
Go!
Let's go!
Like little, like mint.
Mince it.
Like tiny.
Chop like cheese.
Come on,
Tiny.
Chit. Come on, Chit. Chop like cheese.
Brunoise. You fancy.
Brunoise. Make up your mind.
And keep all your fingers intact. Very important.
Go Chit, go Chit.
I like this.
Patricia.
Ooh, look at these iron skills.
Go Patricia.
Patricia rocking a red onion.
Go for it, baby. Got it. Come on, girl. Show up these real chefs that have all these degrees.
I don't have a degree.
Is that a small mince? I feel like it needs to be smaller.
This one is.
Oh, Chad.
Chad's getting picky
Chad
while
is
she
throwing
finished
money
talking
to
while
the
he was
bus,
talking.
man.
I get it done.
I
I get it done.
I think I would have won the race if I would have settled for that, but I was trying to go a little smaller. I think that's fine.
Meanwhile, Patricia's almost done.
Well, we could call in the judges, but we don't have any.
Because it's not a competition.
It's not a competition because we're all gonna win tonight because we get to eat lobster
I'm just,
rolls.
I'm just in the pursuit of
See,
excellence
as
here.
soon as you bring like a man into the equation, all of a sudden it's a challenge and a competition.
So a little comment here about the men versus women nature. What's going on here? This is a bit of a Hell's Kitchen complex we got.
Textures. I will super small mince it and I will add it to her.
What, you gonna go back and
Well,
brush
speaking of
up?
mincing, Chad's mincing words while everybody else has their celery in the bowl.
Let's
Oh!
go back over it, Patty.
Okay, you okay first?
You
You
can't put the blade against the cutting board.
So
It's
you
all the
turn
knife
the blade
and you use the
over
back.
so it doesn't dull the
Yes.
blade.
That sound, I was like,
Did I mention I'm not a chef?
You're a barbecue guy.
You know what? I am
He's a meat man.
And creative
Fair
brain
enough.
man.
I just have excessive amounts of hyper focus, and barbecue happened to be something that I've latched onto rapidly.
Yes,
That's all it
yes,
is.
yes.
So, I never watch any YouTube videos on how to chop stuff appropriately. So,
So you watched a lot of YouTube videos on how to smoke brisket.
yes, I have a lack of kitchen etiquette, but we're working on
You
that.
don't. You're a great kitchen
That's
etiquette.
why I positioned myself between these two lovely chefs here.
Between two thorns? Is that what you're trying to say?
I thought I would get the
I'll
rub.
take it. I'll be a thorn.
You smoke the meat, we're fine.
What's that?
Patty, did you hear what she said?
What?
The wife said, that's why he doesn't cut the celery. He soaks the meat.
All right, so we're gonna make lobster rolls over here now. So Adam, you wanna follow us right along here? Pardon me, everybody. We'll get rid of some of this. Do a little rapid cleanup here. So, we got our chowder simmering away here. Beautiful.
I don't know if you'd pass like Top Chef standards on the chopping, people. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything
It's
else.
gonna be tasty, that's all right.
Okay, so what are we doing?
So I think I need a volunteer to sort of spearhead some bun toasting over on the
Oh, who's gonna
griddle
toast
here.
some buns?
We need to-
Patricia, right up.
Patricia's gonna toast some buns. So, to make these lobster rolls, we have these, Marcy came up earlier and was like, are those hot dog buns? Yes, they are hot dog buns. Not only are they hot dog buns, they're New England style hot dog
England
buns.
is
You got
the
this- The key, you got this little slit in the top, that's what we want. So,
Can't buy those in Texas.
see, we're close to New
You can
England.
buy everything else in Texas, but you can't buy New England style hot dog buns.
You cannot find those anywhere.
They're not available.
So when you said hot dog buns, I was like,
Marcy was a little skeptical. Anyway, wait till she tries this
skeptical
lobster
about
roll.
your buns.
Oh!
You're not the only one. You should talk to my fiance.
Need you to work on your glutes.
It's true. So I'll just be doing this for the rest of the show. Just some
Squatting
squats.
and buttering.
It hurts already.
What are we doing?
So I just need a nice little swath of butter on each side, just like so. And then I've got our little griddle over here turned to 200 degrees. So I've got 16 lobster rolls, and I got some sheet pans over there. So you want to toast them nicely for us. So we got our mayo. Let's start off with a half of this mayo in there.
Half, okay.
And then a little pinch of garlic, and then we'll squeeze some lemon in there and combine all that. And then we'll sprinkle in our red onion and our celery. Because the great thing about a lobster roll is you have that delicious, luxurious, I almost said voluptuous again, Patty. This luxurious, voluptuous. So we got this beautiful, luxurious lobster.
Everybody strict garlic in
and you
there?
want, yeah, just not all of it, just like a little, like a
I was
teaspoon.
gonna say, that's a lot of garlic.
Well, we don't need a ton of garlic, and that's a controversial choice for a lobster roll, for being honest. You go to,
I know, truthfully, a lot of people don't put garlic in it. Nope.
It's true. I like to push the envelope. So garlic
Of course you
people.
do.
Garlic. Patty knows.
What is this?
And why do we sprinkle high for
So you can get that coverage. You want to get that
Because
coverage.
if you do this, you get chunks.
You
and
want,
it
you don't want
doesn't-
that like, nope, you got to go up high.
salting, and
Salting.
peppering.
Okay,
And
so
it looks
And
cool.
it looks cool.
I got a
Exactly.
question for you. For all your fans that aren't in a lobster area, you know,
Yes.
like we can't get lobster.
All right, question from
All
Te-
right?
yes, mhm.
Yes, so would shrimp work in that?
Shrimp, this would be great for a shrimp roll.
Okay.
Absolutely, yeah.
And we do a lobster and shrimp roll, so we'll take lobster plus cold water shrimp and mix it together. It's awesome.
Okay.
Same recipe, same
And
ratio.
you want to do shrimp and crab,
Crab.
like any
Yeah.
like shellfish like that works beautifully.
Great.
Beautiful in this
Good to
situation.
know. Now all we need is buns.
Exactly. So those
Can you
buns,
smell them though? Like,
Oh, yeah, that buttery bread,
yeasty
toast and goodness.
bread, like,
so
yeah.
good. So,
Okay, what are you doing?
Patty's got this. I'm gonna drop in that red onion because we want that crunch from the red onion and from the celery.
And I gotta tell you, if you don't like raw onion, which I am, as I've aged, as I've graciously aged, I am not as much a fan as raw onion as I used to be.
Uh-huh.
And so I will cook it out a little bit. I'll go give it a little saute in butter, maybe with the celery, just so it's not as quite as harsh, and it works just as well.
Totally. And another way to approach the onion too is if you chop it up beforehand and put your lemon juice directly on the red onion. That actually,
Like
the chemical
ceviche.
reaction, like ceviche. There's a chemical reaction that happens, takes that rawness out of it. You can kiss somebody afterwards. It's awesome.
Perfect.
It's great.
Perfect.
It's great.
Oh, my husband's looking when he's.
Ted's jealous.
No, he's just hopeful. There's a different thing happening there.
It's all the voluptuous talk.
Yeah. All right, how are we doing? They're buttering. Oh, do we have to taste this, Andrew? We have to taste
we got to taste this. I got a spoon. All right.
a spoon. Why didn't you use a
No,
spoon?
I know. Who we kidding? Who we kidding?
Buns.
Hold on,
Here
there's
you
more.
go. Here you go.
Oh, I like buns.
Oh,
Lemon. It needs lemon.
all right. Let's get that lemon.
I got it here. Come on. Squeeze her up, baby. Squeeze her up. Let's go. Let's
Lemon.
go.
Lemons.
So look, perfectly. Look at these catering coach people that just perfectly know how to like butter a very soft and moist bun.
That's a well done bun right there.
Well done bun. Well done bun.
Good work, Patricia. And company.
And team.
And team.
So a
Go
little
team.
bit of mixed greens. You could use arugula. You could use, what else could you use here?
You could use arugula. You could use spinach, but like I am
I
classic
know.
with like you want a little bit of that fresh crunch from the lettuce because you got that mayo and all that stuff going on. So I think just like a bib lettuce, a Boston
Bib lettuce would be my one
bib
number
lettuce
one.
would be great.
Yeah.
Like something where you get the whole piece to sort of coat it, and it's kind of like this insulating layer between the lobster salad and the actual bun. So the bun stays nice and toasty on the outside, doesn't get soggy. Nobody wants soggy buns, am I right? Am I right?
no soggy
No soggy buns.
Hashtag no soggy. Oh, the lemon made a huge difference.
Yep, lemon makes the whole thing pop. And well, this is one thing we talk about a lot here at Kitchen Door, is you got salt and you got pepper, but there's more seasoning that you need. Acid is key to
Acid
whatever
is
you're
key.
doing. Whether it be vinegar, citrus, acid just makes your tongue happy.
Pop.
Makes it pop.
Yeah.
A little bit of pop pop.
Pop, 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 pop. What we're
pop.
good at. All
So
right.
why don't we fill one of these up? And who hasn't had a lobster roll before?
Guys, y'all.
Texas, get over here, Marcy. There you go. You're the first. Let's see it. You're going to be our. We're going to build the rest of these off camera, but Marcy's going to
So
give
no
us
kidding,
the.
we went to dinner last night and we had a lobster dish and I was like, Andrew, help me. I have no idea how to do this. And he was like, you're gonna want a knuckle and you're gonna want a claw. Let me show you. Teach me, please.
Lobster
Are you
steak
ready?
right here.
Okay, go for it. Here we go. Okay. No. Come on, you can do it.
Ain't nobody scared.
I'm nobody yet.
scared.
Come on, do her up. No, she's insane. What do we think? She's insane.
I think I'm overdressed.
It's pretty awesome, eh?
It's got I got a crunch.
Got a crunch because you griddled the bread with the butter. You've got that acid with the lemon, but it's not overpowering. You've got
And the celery. The
celery is key too.
Celery.
The celery adds a factor that I was not expecting. Because we were just
It's a
in
texture thing.
we were just in Mahone Bay
Yes.
sightseeing and I had a lobster roll. There was no celery.
No.
You
So
need
when
that
I took a
very-
bite out of that, that was completely unexpected and I really liked it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Kudos.
Nice.
Rock on.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
2 thumbs up from Texas.
All right. Well, we had somebody up here a minute ago that said they didn't like chowder.
Oh!
Oh!
Who said they didn't like chowder?
All right.
Move on over.
So let's
Make
just-
her a fan.
You never asked me why I don't like chowder.
Well, I
I
said
don't know if
that
I
for
want
right
to know.
now.
For right now.
Why do
Why
you
do I
like
wanna
chowder?
know?
Because every chowder I have ever had tastes fishy.
Oh, that's
There-
What
Well,
is
you
it?
live in Houston.
Okay, but we're close to the coast. We're only 50 miles. But why?
But it's not-
What happened?
Well, generally, like
Tell me.
sometimes if your fish is frozen and it thaws,
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, like it's all about the ammonia in the
It's
fish
about-
that
right.
sort of develops. So if you got really fresh fish going in your chowder, that's not a problem. How am I doing
No
on that
problem.
chowder?
Yeah, awesome.
All right,
Good
cool.
job.
Patty
We're
cleared it.
good? We're good?
I think you might. We still
Yeah,
need a
so
little
really
bit of the
fresh
vegetable
fish.
cook, but yeah.
It has to be really fresh. Like,
Really fresh.
Like an hour off the boat?
No,
or
like
kind
you
of-
got 2 days.
An
say you
hour
got-
off the boat. Like, how realistic is that? Like, seriously, you work in our industry?
You don't have a boat that works for you,
Oh
Patty?
yeah, 24 hours a day. They're just like going and fishing and bringing the fish in and going and fishing and bringing it in. Yeah, we
You know
got
it's
that.
Nova Scotia. That's what we think. Are you saying that we're crazy?
No, I'm
from
not saying
Texas?
anything.
You're not.
I love you. You know
I
that.
know that likewise.
I love y'all.
All
What
right,
am I
Patty.
going to taste this
Well, you need-
chowder with?
I'm gonna holster you with the spoon
Okay,
here.
all right.
We're still a
Well,
little al
let's
dente on the vegetable, but
Okay.
it's
Oh,
delicious.
I'm not tasting until I'm told to taste.
Oh, okay. We
Okay, Andrew,
should,
you
should,
tell
should we wait a second?
No, you taste.
Until I'm voluntold.
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 I love it. Voluntold.
All right, so I'll tell you what. For the sake of, for television purposes here,
Okay, deal.
we're playing television rules here.
So basically, lie through your teeth. It's not done. So just say it's really good. Fabulous.
the vegetables, complete honesty, Chit Chat Shop viewer, we've developed a relationship here. This is not 100% done yet, but that broth tastes good. So we want the vegetables to be tender, but the fish is all cooked. I just want you to get an idea what we're going
so we
for
have,
here.
Remind me again, we have lobster,
We have
red
lobster,
crab,
red
and we
crab,
have
haddock,
Shrimp and haddock.
And
water
what kind of shrimp? Cold water shrimp
Cold water
and
shrimp.
haddock and our vegetables. Okay,
Yeah.
here we go.
And you got that potato puree is giving that.
Question
real nice body.
is the girl from Texas gonna really like it?
Lie through your teeth if you don't.
Smells good.
It does.
It smells like
Doesn't smell
meat
fishy, does it?
And seafood.
No fish.
Yeah.
So fishy, 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 fishy. Oh my God.
Are you lying or you arguing?
I'll eat chowder. I've never had chowder that tastes this good. Oh my God.
Awesome.
I love you.
I'm going to Texas.
No, you're not.
I'm going to visit Texas.
You're gonna visit. You're totally gonna visit
You're
Texas.
gonna come teach me how to make this chowder.
All right, there we
you
go.
You just did. I'm gonna just need to watch
And I
the
love
video.
how she says chowder.
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 Chowder. It's like that
Oh my
episode of The
God.
Simpsons. Chowder. Chowder.
Cheddar.
Chowder.
Now, if you think I'm lying, I'm still eating it, so you need to
No,
watch
it's
that.
delicious.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I think these guys need
Thank
to
you.
eat some. Thank you. These guys need to eat some chowder and some lobster rolls now, don't
That's
they?
killer.
Everybody, come on up. We'll say a little goodbye to the camera.
Come on around.
Come on around.
Hey, you there, Mark.
Get on over.
Let's go.
Come on.
You gotta like
We
get
want
her
to
in.
thank all these awesome people for coming on Chit Chat Shop tonight. We've had a
yes,
great
yes.
time. Very special edition. We got to cram right in. Adam's telling us. Get on in, everybody. So on three, everybody say Chit Chat Chop. Goodbye. 1, 2, 3.
Chit